Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic. So today we're going to do a really fun reading. So I have decided, along with my chat on Twitch, what type of scandal is coming. What I mean by that is, like, what is the next YouTube scandal that's going to happen? So I'm going to try and get a significator of who it might be, what the situation might be. And if this does well, I'll do it for other platforms. So let me know in the comments below if you want other platforms as well. So what we're going to do is essentially look at what the next YouTube scandal is going to be. So that's simple. Remember that these readings are all alleged for entertainment purposes only. And I'm going to just dive right in because we're going to be pulling a lot of cards. Well, definitely see it happening quickly. The Eight of Wands is rapid pace and rapid change. The Seven of Pentacles is the comfort zone that we're in, and the Page of Pentacles has to do with expectations. Sometimes it's also indicative of money. Backstabbing and betrayal. So something to do with money or expectations and a backstabbing or betrayal. Let me turn this light up a little bit. The Four of Cups is about not caring. So it's like a lack of empathy or sympathy. The Seven of Cups is about bursting someone's bubble, having to be realistic. Three of Cups. So sometimes that indicates it. Sometimes it's an indicator of there being three people involved. This is also jealousy and gossip. So there'll be a little bit of whispers before it starts happening, and then it totally will be spiraling out of control. Might be indicating three prominent people being focused. Knight of Pentacles is about consistency. So like I said, there has to be whispered beforehand. And the Ace of Pentacles, it's money related. Or at least like status related. Because Pentacles are money, status, or goals. So it has to be a competition or a rat race. So somebody's paying attention to somebody else's money. So the King of Wands is a big indicator here. King of Wands sometimes is a fire sign, but this is also just aggression. The High Priestess, a breaking of trust, and the Magician, saying something they shouldn't have. So it definitely looks like someone here breaks someone's trust and starts talking when they shouldn't. Okay, so Death is reverse, a transition. Nine of Swords, overthinking, overanalyzing, and Hermit. So, like, the weird thing about this is, like, sometimes this is, like, so for instance, like, if someone was outed, like, pulled out of a closet by someone, you'd pull cards like this. So the energy is, like, it's not, like, an outright expose. I'm not pulling a star, at least not yet, reversed. But it's, like, information that should not have been leaked. Some sort of information here. It's like a complete betrayal of trust. But it has to do with like money, so it's almost like bitch, you took money from me, so now I'm gonna take money from you. It's weird. It's like a tit for tat. Or it's like you messed something up for me. It's weird. It's like a competition. How would you I was gonna sing Britney. So the Temperance card is reversed. Impatience and imbalance. Again, not fair. The Wheel of Fortune, you promised me something and didn't give it to me. And the Strength card, I'm exposing your vulnerable spots. Hitting you where it hurts. See, this is almost like abuse of power for a long time and feeling like I've been trapped and pressured. So the Hanged Man is about sacrifice. So I see someone let go. Two of Wands, that's fighting and conflicting energies. And the Hierophant, breaking of commitment. Must be a long-standing connection, too. Long-standing connection. See, threes, Three of Swords, heartbreak, walking away, growing up, maturing from this and moving on, but not in the most mature way. Basically, it's like wisening up. This looks pretty ugly. The Queen of Wands is reversed. Seven of Swords reversed and Knight of Cups. So it looks like the third person here gets dragged into the middle of this and they don't want to be dragged into the middle. Dispute between two people, third person gets dragged in. That's what it looks like to me. Yep. Confrontation, aggression, King of Cups. So seems like a third person here gets dragged in the middle. Have to prove my innocence. it's between the two of them, but the Lovers card's upright, which says that they're still connected somehow to this third person. I guess it could be a business. It doesn't have to necessarily be a person, but contracts, reliability, accountability, Empress, and Queen of Swords. I wonder if I'm getting two different scandals here. There might be two. Sometimes you get a spiritual piggyback. Anyways, it definitely, you want to know what's interesting? Empress being upright. Empress is like a nurturer. It's like a mom. And Queen of Swords is reversed. So this is like someone's character changing. It'd be like someone who's like a warm character, like a nurturing, calming presence, being catty. Queen of Swords. See, what is this? King of Swords brings out the reverse Queen of Swords. The environment brings out the devil in them. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. See? Queen of Cups, King of Cups, Ace of Cups. It's like two people who had a lot of love for each other. Very much in similar industries. Because these are like two businesses almost. And then there's this messy situation. Eight of Pentacles is like, I wasted time and effort. Moving on to new people. Oh my God. See, this is like jealousy. It's like, why are you with that person, not me? Am I no longer good? Past has changed. This is restructuring from drama, rebuilding. And the Sun's reverse, which is unhappiness. So it's like, I'm trying to rebuild from my unhappiness, but I'm pissed off. I see a vulnerable moment here. Okay, this is a little bit all over the place. I figured this reading would be all over the frickin' place. All alleged for entertainment purposes only. I am going to try to pull from the astrology deck to see if we can get a little bit more information that could be a bit more specific, because I had a feeling this would be all over the place. It's very difficult to read this. I honestly think I'm getting multiple scandals, to be honest with you. I don't think there's just one scandal in here. So I'm going to do my best, but it seems like there's like two or three. I'm going to do my best. This is a hard reading, by the way, guys. Very difficult. Probably one of the most difficult readings I've done, because there's a lot. I didn't think that one through all the way. I didn't realize that there could be more than one scandal. Hindsight is 20/20. Sometimes I forget what YouTube is like. Okay, air, Libra. All right, well, this is exactly what I was saying. So someone says something. Air is a bit of communication here, and thought. So someone says something from a broken connection that we were attached to from a while. It's over money or status. Taurus, physical, something tangible. Business gets caught in question. It might even be businesses. The Neptune card is about having to clear up the miscommunications with the Mercury card, having to clear up all of like the misconceptions. Pluto is a transformation as well, so it'll sever this bond forever. These people will not be friends again. The Earth card is upright, Sagittarius and Moon. This is literally like, oh really? I'm about to expose all your secrets. That's literally what this is. Like, I've been around for a while. I know the actual truth. I'm going to be straightforward and blunt and tell everyone all the secrets. The Moon card. See, Venus is money again. It's the same story. Money and status is also about that connection that they share, because that's like love, relationships, stuff like that. Fire, I'm angry, and Aries, impulsive and childish. But the interesting thing here is it seems like it pulls someone, Aquarius, Pisces, it pulls someone out of what they're known for. See, Saturn. It pulls someone out of their like character. Pulls someone out of their character. Whoever this is needs to be careful, because I definitely see someone getting pulled out of their character, and I see someone saying something that ruins their reputation just for defending themselves. Okay. So I'm going to try and get... I guess we should just pull from the Dark Mirror Oracle deck, right? Because we got to see where the chaos is like really coming from. Like, so we're going to try and look at the root cause of this. Like, what is the actual cause of this? Queen of my own world. Triumph of lies. The child that was meant to be. Okay, so, oh my god, what if it's mommy vlogger drama? That would be iconic. Okay, so Queen of my own world, excuse me, it's the truth. Queen of my own world is about delusions. So this card in particular is a card that's represented by people that make sure they get whatever they want regardless. So it's like, let's say like, for instance, you wanted a new car and you wanted it in pink and they didn't have pink, but you forced everyone to get you it in pink. And by forcing everyone to get you in pink, you actually broke your car. So even though you have your car and it's what you wanted, you can't use it. So that's kind of what this is. The Queen of my own world is like, I'm building the world that I want, regardless if anything works in it or makes sense. I want it, so I have it. So there's definitely someone here who's definitely, I mean, this is a jaded by fame card. This is a card of someone that's like, I want this. I'm getting it at all costs. I'm taking anything I can. It's like, it's just, give me, I need this. This is someone who is definitely 100% spearheading something, running right ahead. I think of like, you know, like an Aries who's got like a goal and just runs right at it and can't get up, or a Taurus who's like stubborn and won't let go of that energy. Like, that's what it is. It's like, this is my thing and I'm running to it and I'm never letting go of it until I get it. Triumph of lies is about having to prove innocence. So that's why I said, like, someone here is going to say something that they shouldn't. And the problem I'm having is, like, where the lies start and the truth begins is very, like, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. It's going to be very fucking, like, messy. And the child that was meant to be, this is the past card. Now, perhaps sometimes it could deal with child stuff, children, pregnancy, stuff like that. But for me, I think what's really important about this card is the past, because there's a past connection that is severed. This is a very strong, like, breaking of a connection. Today for tomorrow, I told you, sacrificing someone for someone better. Like, this is totally, like, a major feeling of betrayal. Hiding your true self. It's like, I'm going to expose who you are. Fated to suffer. This connection is one that should have been ended a long time ago. And I think these two people have been trying to find out how to separate from each other in a healthy way, but they can't because there's too much pressure on them. This is this Sister Scandal card. Black Flower Fragrance. I knew we were going to pick that. And Artificial Heart. So, I think that this is going to be more emotional than dramatic. Anger in Chains. Perchance to Dream. Bride in a Cage. So to me, this is like feeling pressured and trapped in this connection. Perchance to Dream, you know, we're never really going to reach our goals here together. And the Anger in Chains, that's all the anger and frustration. To me, I don't think that this is going to be, I mean, it'll be dramatic, but because it's over like status and the rat race, I think that this might hit some emotional wounds that people aren't really ready for. Yeah, is this me? So this is about accountability for actions when it comes to influencer, naked before the stars, or performer. And the Parasite card is like negativity eating someone up. It's like someone's holding information that they can't hold anymore. It's a burden to hold this information, and they can't hold this information anymore. And so they're going to end up saying something or doing something because that person is going to get cocky and be like, I can do whatever I want. You can't touch me. And this person is going to be like, really, bitch? And I see a really close bond being severed because of it, because whatever this person says is going to affect that main person that they're trying to get at, their connection to someone else. So it's pretty messy, but I think it's going to be more emotional, and it's going to be more of a betrayal, and I think it's going to be something we don't really expect. So, like, for instance, like, let me put it in a little bit of, like, layman's terms there. So, like, let's say your friend Bob, okay, is being a little bit egotistical, and your name is Sally. And so Sally's mad because Bob and Bob and her had an amazing friendship for so many years, and they were super close. And then Bob has decided to get a little bit cloudy and wants, like, you know, money or something, right? And they've worked together, and at some point, Sally starts to realize that Bob doesn't care. Bob has shared something with Sally that Sally feels is morally, you know, not in line with someone that they want to be associated with, but has been sitting on it because of the loyalty that they share. When that loyalty gets broken, Sally goes ahead and says something. The problem is what Sally says ends up either directly or indirectly hurting one of Bob's other connections. And then that person that it ends up hurting is, like, let's say it's like Tom or something. Tom ends up saying and doing something that they probably shouldn't have. So it gets very emotional. That's what I'm seeing. But it's over, like, status and money, which is why it's, like, ridiculous. That's the best way I can describe it to you. Okay, so I do want to pull from... Okay, let me get this deck. So I wanted to pull some significators. So I'm going to use the Gods and Titans deck and the Goddesses and Sirens deck here, because I'm going to try and see if I can pull some of the energy of the people involved. So I figured what I'll do is I will pull, since I feel like there's 3 major people involved, I'll pull 3 cards from each deck. I feel like that makes the most sense. Okay, so Athena's strategy, new beginnings. I'm not going to try and say that. Investa is home. Okay. Oh my God, it's a mommy vlogger. I'm going to die if it is. It's going to be so weird. Okay. Let's take from this deck. You came into my home. Beyonce from Obsessed. My child. Beauty. Uh-oh. I thought it said Bilamos. I can't read. Beauty. Dionysus. Oh my God. Ecstasy. Confidence. That's Achilles, aka Achilles heel. Girl. Who been cheating, girl? Someone been cheating, honey? I don't know, but what I can tell you is this. Strategy makes sense because there's one person here that's very strategic in what they're doing. New beginnings is that person I told you that's going to, like, they're, like, making a new connection. And home means that it hits too close to home because whatever they say ends up hitting someone close to them. Now, I did pull beauty. So beauty can mean beauty industry for sure. But beauty can also sometimes mean like temptation, because I did pull Dionysus, so that's like ecstasy. So that's like I'm literally living in surplus, like I have everything I want, I'm indulging, and this could be, you know, a temptation on that part or someone who is indulging. And then Achilles heel, obviously confidence here is like, I have the smoking gun, like I have the thing that can literally knock you on your ass, like I have that thing that if I betrayed you I could destroy you. Like it's totally like I have your one Achilles heel. It's like, you know, like the villain in like movies and stuff, like when it's like they're like cold and they don't care and they're heartless, but they have that one thing that if you say it, it like destroys them. It's like if you poured water on the witch and she just melted. Like that's what it is. This person's like, I have a bucket of water, bitch. So, okay, hold on, I'm gonna separate these. Okay, so what we're gonna do is how this can either heal or be avoided. I have a funny feeling that we're just gonna get like healing. I don't really know if we're gonna be able to see if you can avoid this. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull first from the Work Your Light Oracle deck. But I still see that third person getting out of their character. This deck is like, and oop, What does this card say? No. It literally says no. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. So not only should the first person not say anything, but I think they're going to. That third person that's going to get drawn into it. This is them getting drawn into the chaos and having to say no. The ever unfolding rose. Cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Oh, no. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. So that's about returning inward. Star mother. How can you mother yourself? Oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh. Star mother? Uh-oh. Well, is this going to focus? So it says, how can you mother yourself? So this particular card is about self-love. And it definitely seems like there's a lot of self-love that's going to be needed. Soul family, calling your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. So whoever this is that's going to kind of get transformation, things are changing into cellular level, deep healing. So the way to heal this is to pull inward and to find out who the real friends are, because this particular person needs to work on their self-love, and this person needs to work on having better people around them. The reason this happens is because this person had people around them that they shouldn't have, and it's clouded their better judgment. So even though the person that I see betraying them is going to betray them, I actually think that they might accidentally do them a favor, because it's going to wake them up to realize that they're having people around them that they should not, and that it's influencing them more than they'd like to admit. Yep, protection. Call back your power, cut the cord, soul retrieval. So for me, it's almost like their way of protecting themselves. Pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So it's like keepers of the earth, you are not alone, answering ancestors stand behind you. This is the same stuff going over and over again. So basically, their protective shell and their armor is what's going to cause the issue. Because like when we're like in a vulnerable position, sometimes we have this armor, and sometimes we project things, and sometimes we go to people that we feel are fun or will make us forget, or sometimes we fall back into things that we shouldn't. And so what this spread is saying is like, I understand, how do I put this? Like when they say like, if you're an addict, like once an addict, always an addict, right? And then they say like, if you have those feelings and those cravings of like, if I just had one last hit, and like then you go through something like for instance cigarettes. Let's say cigarettes. Probably easier to do with cigarettes because I think addict is too like severe. So like let's say you smoke cigarettes, right? And you haven't smoked cigarettes in 10 years, but you go through something traumatic and you're like, man, if I just had one cigarette, and you're like, all right, fine, I'll have one cigarette. But then you keep puffing the cigarettes and you're back to being smoking cigarettes again. That's what this is like. It's like you have a traumatic thing that causes you to get jaded. You connect yourself with the wrong people. They persuade you whether or not you realize it or not. You get sort of starry-eyed, and then you're like, shit. And so I think that's kind of what the situation is. But the problem is that this third person is going to end up getting dragged into it, and I totally see them making a mistake. So that third person needs to keep their mouth shut if they watch this. I don't know. I have no idea who it will be. I literally don't know what this is. Okay, so we'll pull from this last deck. This is the Fairy Oracle deck. So I'll pull from this deck. And then that'll probably be it. Interesting. Scared to fly, the right moment, sensing out the right timing. So that's someone who's like scared to fly out the nest. I told you that's that person. It's like a whistleblower. Crystal light, creation, dawn, the beginning, or crystal magic. And then we see cry for nature, mourning for something sacred which seems lost. Like you're a lost soul. You're not who you used to be. Crystal magic is really interesting here because this is a new beginning. So it's like you're going down a direction I don't like. You're not who you used to be. Storykeeper, tell your story, legacy, write your wisdom. So this is someone who's been keeping notes and been keeping receipts. They do have receipts. Barnabas and the Prince, adventures, discovery, travel, meeting, destiny. Catch me, trust, surrender, leap of faith into the unknown. Given information they probably shouldn't have. Trusted someone, secret doorway. So the problem I'm having with this is working with intuition, second sight, opening, dimensional doorway. So the problem I'm having with these three is it's like we had a lot of good times together. You trusted me, but I've had an escape route the whole time. Fairy tale, letting go, detachment, moving on. Told you. So it's weird because this situation is a situation where no one wins. The Grail Fairy. Fertility, the return of life, health, life cycle. Girl, fertility. Girl, who having a baby, honey? Gossamer, Prince of Communication, relationship works needs to be done. And Far, Far Away. Creative Daydream. And pull one more. Beauty's Truth. Again, another beauty card. This Taylor Swift card in this deck, honey. Beauty, physical pleasure, sensuality. So it's about being tempted. This one came loud and clear. So the first few pulls, I think I got two or three scandals in the first pull with just the tarot deck. I definitely got 2 or 3 scandals in there, I think. But this one is loud and clear. This one is very specific. Because all of the spreads have been the same, and I just put out the intention of like which scandal's coming. So, I mean, that's the best that I can see. It honestly literally seems like it's inevitable. It seems like it's necessary. It seems like it's like a wake-up call, because it seems like someone who's scared and using things to distract themselves or temporarily make themselves feel better. It's definitely someone who's struggling with vulnerability. Excuse me, it's the truth. That being said, girl, when stuff starts to manifest, be kind. Okay, I understand that we're all here for the tea. I understand we like to sip the tea, honey. We like to get our popcorn and watch. I get it. Okay, but let's have some empathy for the situation and some sympathy for the people involved, regardless of what happens. And don't drag nobody or send hate or nothing like that. Okay, try to understand, because this looks like a wound, bitch. So try to understand. You know, sometimes people get caught up in the rat race, and this is a humanizing moment. And so I think what's interesting about this, I think that this situation can teach a lot of people to not be afraid of their vulnerability and not be afraid to admit that they're struggling and that they're not as strong as they thought they would be. You know, we're humans. We have emotions. We're not robots. So that's what I see for this. So I hope you guys like that. If you did, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications when I upload next. Make sure you follow me on Twitch. I do stream live almost every day. Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Antphrodite. I'm uploading TikToks now. Antphrodite everywhere. I have a POBOX if you guys want to send me anything. It's in the description. And let me know what other readings you want me to do. This was suggested, so if you guys have other suggestions, I'm literally going to read them. So until next time, bye guys. Remember, it's all alleged for entertainment.